Hello, job seekers. Melanie here with CGL Recruiting. Today, we're going to be talking about how can I get a job faster? I know a lot of people are getting to the point in their job search where they really need to accelerate their time to get a job. And listen, it's okay to take some time off after you leave one job and go to another if financially you can do that. You don't always need to feel like, oh, I lost my job, I have to get a new job on Monday, nor can that really be realistic for you sometimes. So it is okay to take a little bit of time, but there are ways that you can accelerate your job search to get a job faster. And that's what we're going to cover through today. Now, if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing that now. And also when you subscribe, if you click that bell for notifications, it'll tell you when we have our free live events and every time we release a new video to make sure you are doing everything you can to get your job search as great as it possibly can be. Okay, let's talk through 8 different ways that you can accelerate your job search to get a job faster. The first one is to get a plan. Now, somebody very wise once said, a goal without a plan is just a wish. And that is very, very true in your job search. It is important that you are focused in every single thing that you do. And if you've been going for a while in your job search and you haven't yet done this, I really do recommend you pause and you take the time to put together a plan. Now, what are you going to include in that plan? What are the industries that you're targeting? What is the role or position that you're targeting? Are you looking for the same exact thing you had before? Are you looking for something new? Who are the best target companies in your area? All that kind of information needs to go into your plan so you understand what you're doing. Think of it as the same way as a project you would have taken on in your last job. Well, you need to make sure that your scope isn't creeping in that project, and you need to make sure that you're on target. So the activities that you're doing are valuable at all times. Now, the number 2 thing that you can do to help your job search and get a job faster is to just spend more time on your job search. I know that there are lots of things pulling on you, especially if you're home and, oh my gosh, I got to get laundry done. The dishes have to get done. Oh, well, so-and-so invited me to go do this. I understand how those things pull on you constantly, but they may not be things that are adding to your job search. We did a survey of job seekers, and I was just flabbergasted at how little time job seekers were spending on their job search. Now, don't get me wrong, some of you are doing this amazing and are spending a full 40 hours a week or more on your job search. And then there's others that are saying, well, yeah, but I have other things, or I don't really want to put that much time in it. That's fine if you don't want to put the time in, but no, you are making a choice. And the people who are putting in that extra effort are going to be the ones that are going to land faster. Think about it again, back when you were working. If you had an urgent project, wouldn't you spend some extra time, do some overtime into that project so you could get the results that you wanted to get faster? It's no different than when you're looking for a job. More time means more opportunities that you're able to do research into companies, network, do all kinds of things which are going to accelerate your job search. Okay, our number 3 thing on our list is to tell more people you are looking for a job. There is nothing wrong with being a job seeker, and anybody that tells you otherwise, I question. So you should feel worthy of a job at all points in time during this process. And anybody that makes you feel less because you're a job seeker is not somebody you want to be spending your time with. This is not a job market where there's 1-2% unemployment. There is massive unemployment. You need to be working on your job through more than just you, but through others. And the more you tell other people, whether it's friends, acquaintances, that you are looking for a job, the better chance you're going to have of somebody making a connection for you. Now, I want to make sure this is very clear here. I said tell people you are looking for a job, not ask people for a job. If you just go up to everybody you know and say, hey, do you have a job for me? Hey, do you have a job for me? As opposed to telling them, hey, I just wanted to let you be aware that I am looking for a job. If you hear or see anything, I would so appreciate if you could make a connection for me. You don't want to make people feel, oh my gosh, I don't have a job right now for them. You want them to be an ally on your side. That's what we're looking for when you're telling people that you're looking for a job. Our number 4 on the list goes very closely with that, which is to network more. The more people that know about you, the more people that know about your great skills and experience, and the fact that you're looking for a job through different networking, the better chance you have of making a connection. So if you can go to some online networking events, that's great. If you can't do or if you can go more than the online and you can do in person, do it. Do it. This is considered your sales call for yourself. You have to be the business development and salesperson for your own job search. You need to be the one going out there and saying, hey, can you help me find a job? If you are looking for recruiters to fill this role for you, that is not how they work anymore. You don't pay the recruiter. The recruiter gets paid by the company, right? And they are looking for whatever the company told them to look for at that point in time. They are not spending hours a day looking for a job for you. Now, don't get me wrong. It's good to be on their radar so they can get to you quickly and they know about you. But they are not the ones generally who are motivated to land you as quickly. So network with a broader group of people than just recruiters. All right, let's talk about number 5, which is to raise your visibility. Now, there are so many people out on the market nowadays. You need to stand out amongst all of these people, and you have to be found by companies and recruiters when they are looking to fill a role. And how you do that is by raising your visibility. Now, you can definitely do this by, of course, having an amazing LinkedIn profile. And for your target companies, making sure that you've taken your information and uploaded it into their system. Most companies do have what's called a general application, and that is where you can just upload your information general as opposed to against a specific position. And that way, when their recruiters inside their company go in and say, okay, before we post an ad for this, is there anybody already in our system that matches this criteria? Wouldn't it be great if they came across and saw your information? So you do need to raise your visibility by doing things like that. Now, there's other ways to raise your visibility, whether it's participating in a leadership role in an industry association or professional association, by publishing or writing articles, or even just replying or commenting on articles. Go to LinkedIn groups and Facebook groups for your profession, and on those, help engage with questions that are being asked by other people. Help show your expertise and show your skills. The more you raise your visibility, the better chance you have of somebody actually noticing you and hopefully giving you a call about that next great job. Let's move on to number 6. Number 6 is to broaden your target. Now, what do I mean about this? If you have been doing one job for the last 20 years and you may love that job, but you may have not had the opportunity to see beyond it, have you taken some time in your planning phase to broaden your target to say, well, I've been doing this in the healthcare industry. Maybe I can also do this in chemicals or in manufacturing. Is there a broader base of companies that you should be looking at, and that you want to make yourself marketable more towards them? Now, if you are trying to change industries or pivot your role, we do have videos on both of those topics, which will help you do that. So make sure you do take the time to go off and look at those if you have not. But broadening your target a lot of times can really help you land a job faster. It just sometimes can be hard to see how to broaden it on your own. So there may be a great chance for you to network with somebody else that's in your profession and ask them, well, what other roles have you considered? Or tell me about what other roles you think I could fit into. Sometimes it's easier for somebody else to see those connection points than yourself when you're very tied to the last role that you had. All right, let's move on to number 7, and this is get creative. Now, what do I mean by get creative? You're trying to stand out amongst all these other job seekers. How can you get creative in your job search that's going to help put you in a higher stance with the companies and employers that are trying to hire you? I will tell you some great examples that I've seen. I have seen some engineers actually go in and look at somebody's product online with all the information that they have. And when they contact that hiring manager, they say, hey, I looked at this product and I saw how you did this. I wanted to let you know that there's also another way to do this with the following, which I learned in my expertise. Getting creative in how you approach companies and how you approach especially the hiring managers. They have some kind of problem that they're trying to fix or some kind of need or want. What can you do creatively to match to that need? How can you help them broaden what they're trying to do and accomplish their goals? If you can get creative on how you approach them, on the information and data that you give them, a lot of times it can catch somebody's attention and you'll get more of an opportunity to get looked at for a certain position. And that brings us to our number 8, which is be bold. We want you to become bold in your job search. If you are sitting back waiting for somebody to hand you that next job, yeah, it might happen, but you are not going to get a job as fast as somebody who is bold out there. Now, is it hard to be bold in your job search? You bet it is. Why? Because every time you go out there and you become bold, you're putting yourselves up for rejection. There's lots of people are really good at sales and business development jobs because they can go in and get told no 100 times a week by different customers, and it doesn't affect them personally. That's not everyone. Not everybody has that ability to not internalize things and take things personally. If you want your job search to move faster and you want to increase your chances of finding a job quicker, I highly recommend you become bold. When somebody is looking for a volunteer on something in your industry, in your association, don't be shy. Step forward. When somebody asks an opinion on something on a posting on LinkedIn or in a group on Facebook, take the time to be bold and give your opinion. When someone says, hey, is anybody here of anything they want to share when you're in some other organization? Be bold. Step up and say, hey, yes, I would love to share that I am looking for a new position and I'd love to tell you a little bit about me. Be bold. If you are looking for a job that there's a company right down the road that you are very interested in, have you thought of actually visiting the company? Have you thought of going into their front reception saying, hey, my name is so-and-so, and I was really hoping to find out more information because I think there's a good match between my skills and your company. Be bold. All right, job seekers, keep moving forward. Keep making progress every single day. The right role is out there for you. And the more you put into your job search, the more you will get out of it. Now, I know that's easy to say, but hard to do when we've been dealing with the job market as it's been for so long. Don't give up. Every day, take some steps forward. All right, as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.